Hey there, in this video we will see local variable type inference, a new feature of Java 10. We will play with several examples. We will see when it's useful and what's not allowed in a short video tutorial. So let's start with this new feature. This is a simple example. It's declaring and initializing a new value using a word var without giving a type. So you can think of this new feature as a special type which can be used for local variables. In this video we will use JShell or Java Console, a new feature in Java 9 which is very useful for small examples. And the classic way of adding new variable with value 5, it's this one, int variable name equal to the value, but now you can do var x equal to 5. And if you want to check what is the type of this variable, you can see it by this code, which is getting the wrapper class for the variable, which is integer. And let's add a new variable with value string, for example f, and let's get the type of this variable, which is string. So as you can see, now you have freedom when you're declaring and initializing new variables, local variables in Java. But have in mind that this is not a keyword which is reserved. You can use it in variable names, for example int var equal to 5 or 5, 6. It's working perfectly fine. You don't have any compilation errors about this. And one more interesting point about this new type inference is that you can change the type of such variable. For example, here we have string, now we have another one which is character. We can change it even to integer or to double without any problems. Most probably this is going to be changed in the future versions of Java. Some people claim that this is not possible in previous versions, but at least in this version in Java 10 and using JConsole, this is possible to change the type of local variable using type inference. And some people claim that Java is becoming JavaScript, Java is becoming smarter, so who knows? Maybe you can comment in the description section below. Is it better? Do you like this feature? But let's move further and check this feature about collections. For example, when you add a new variable from type array list of strings, now it's going to infer array list of strings, and the same is for streams. As we saw, you can change the type from integer to string without any errors. It's not a reserved keyword, so you can use it as a variable. You can think of it as really as a special type. For example, let's say that we want to add for loop without giving the type for our iterator, just putting var, and this is working fine. And we can give a more strange example by incrementing with a half without knowing should we use double, float or something else. And as you can see here, we can use just var and getting our values. This maybe is very useful for new to Java, which are not familiar with types in Java and what they can do. Another useful usage of this is when you want to save some burden of Java code. For example, you can change this declaration and initialization with this one here. As you can see, this is shorter and it's easier to be read. Let's say that we have this declaration here of new map named map simple, and let's add some values to it, and to check the results. As you can see here, we have these two rows for this map, and here we have autocasting from int to string about this map. So let's see what is not allowed about local variable type inference. You cannot use it in multiple variables, or at least not yet. Here you have an error which is saying var is not allowed in compound declaration. You cannot use it when you add null values. So for example, let's say that I want to add new variable a, which is named a and have value null. This is not allowed to use variable initializer as null, but you can do it with string. So for example, this is possible. Another problem is when you want to use declaration only. So for example, let's say that you want to make var x. This is also giving an error. You cannot use it in methods for return type or for parameters. So for example, let's say that you have this method and you want to use it as a return type or input parameters. You get an error because most probably you can return more than one value in a single method, more than one type of return value, so you can have a collision here. That's why most probably is not possible, to avoid confusion. Also, you cannot use it in a lambda expression or array initializers, as you can see here. If you try, you get this error that you cannot use it unless you use explicit target type. You cannot use it as a lambda expression, and you cannot use it as a method reference. So that's all for local variable type inference. If you have any suggestions, please do share them. I will put all the information in the description below so you can check it and test it for yourself.